What's up, folks? It's your bro Richard again. Today in this video I'm back with another Gran Turismo explanation video for you all. Today in this video I'm talking to you about the next Gran Turismo game, which is Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. So before I start, make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you alert of when I make brand new uploads. Right, so without any further ado, let's begin. So Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. So Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec 2001. Here we go. So, GT3 A-Specs, a 2001 racing sim video game developed by Polyphony Digital and published by Sony Computer Entertainment, or SCE, for the PS2, is the third installment in the series. During its demo at E3 2001, so at E3 2000 and 2001, the game was known under the working title Gran Turismo 2000. With previous titles being developed for the original PlayStation, GT3 marked the series' first foray in the 6th gen of video game consoles. Originally slated for a 2000 release as a launch title for the PS2, the game's development primarily focused on taking advantage advantage of the console's newfound hardware capabilities, while compromising on the number of available cars, 180 as opposed to 650 in GT2. The game was a significant leap forward in terms of graphics, physics, sound design, car modeling, opponent AI, environments, and technical performance. Like its predecessors, the game released to critical acclaim and was a commercial success. It went on to be the best-selling game in the series to date, the best-selling PS2 exclusive, and the second best selling PS2 game. PS2 game having sold over 14 million copies since release. It's considered one of the greatest video games ever made, a landmark shift to the next gen of consoles. It's often cited as a turning point for both the series and the sim racing genre, as a whole. Developers are obviously Polyphony Digital. Developers is obviously Polyphony Digital. Publishers are Sony Computer Entertainment. Publishers are Kazunori Yamauchi. Designer is Yuichi Matsumoto and Masaki Goto, so both the designers. Composer is Isamu Ohira. Series is Gran Turismo. Platform is PS2. The release is obviously 2001. In Japan, April 28th. North America, July 10th. And Europe, July 20th. Europe, July 20th. Genre, racing simulation, and modes is both single and multiplayer. Next up is gameplay. The objective of the game is to win all the provided races, championships completed. So races, championships, complete license tests, and achieve 100% game completion. Every 25% of the game completed results in the player being awarded a car as a special prize. For GT3, the GT mode, simulation mode in the North American version, has a reorganized layout with a more structured and progressive arrangement of both races and challenges. Races vary from short beginner events to multi-hour endurance races, and also rallying events against an opponent. In addition to these modes, car shops are now organized by both country and then by manufacturer. The arcade modes reorganized in stages. These stages are made up of either 5 or 6 tracks, pulled from all available tracks in the game, including both road and rally races. To get to the next stage, all tracks on the stage must be completed on either easy, difficulty, or higher. By beating the stage on either normal or difficult, additional cards are unlocked as well for playing in any mode of arcade mode, including 2-player battle and time trial. GT3 features 19 race courses, 14 of which have reverse variants and 4 of which are dirt tracks. Most of these circuits are all fictional locations, but California's Laguna Seca Raceway in Monterey and Côte d'Azur, which is heavily based on the Monaco Grand Prix circuit, are not. Other changes include the omission of the ability to race modify or add downforce to production cars, removal of suspension damage, and the absence of torque limits for races. Race mods would make a return in 2010's GT5 for the PS3, but were again omitted in the following game. New to the franchise, GT3 also contained unlicensed versions of GT3 also contained unlicensed versions of 6 actual F1 cars, labeled as F6 F68 F686/M, F687/S, F687/S, F688/S, F090/S, F094/H, and F094/S in both the Japanese and American versions, that the player could win from endurance races. In both the Japanese and American versions, the name of each car denotes various pieces of info, such as the amount of cylinders in the engine, the year the chassis was raced, and its driver, respectively. For example, the aforementioned F094/S was a V10 1994 season car, driven by Ayrton Senna. May rest in peace. May rest in peace. Say for example, the aforementioned F094/S was a V10 1984 season car, driven by Ayrton Senna, whereas the F686/M represented the inline 6 1986 season car, driven by Nigel Mansell. In the PAL release, however, there are only 2 F1 cars, not obviously based on any real-life counterparts, and instead labeled as Polyphony number 1 and number 2, respectively. GT3 also marks informal appearances of automakers, both Lamborghini and Porsche, racing JGTC, Japanese Grand Touring Championship. Diablo was featured in the NTSC J version and in the NTSC U version's game code, only accessible with a cheat device. And a Porsche 911 GT3 can be found in the game code, though it can't be obtained normally in any version of the game. It also requires the use of a cheat code. Both cars together were 2 hidden Lancia Stratoses, both road and rally versions, however, are completely absent in PAL version. Lambo would make its first official appearance in 2009's Gran Turismo for PSP, while Porsche made its first official appearance in Gran Turismo Sport for the PS4. Next up, we got development and release. So, the game was developed by Kazunori Yamauchi, who had developed the first 2 games. He collaborated with both computer and game uh, peripheral maker Logitech for the game, who they do like steering wheels and paddles, shifters, all that kind of stuff. Logitech for the game, which resulted in the GT4 steering wheel. It features force feedback and was designed specifically for GT3. A demo copy of the game under the working title was issued in the PlayStation Festival 2000, allowing players to drive a Lancer Evo 5 Mitsubishi in the Seattle circuit for 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes only. The game was more or less a beta version of GT3 named Gran Turismo 2000 that was renamed to GT3 A-Spec due to the fact that the game was taking longer to make than planned. Compared to GT2, the graphics are greatly improved thanks to the PS2's hardware, but the number of cars had been drastically reduced in this game due to large work onto graphics, car structure, detailed statistics of all the cars, and the game's release being early in the PS2's lifespan. About 180 cars are featured in this game, rather than 650 in GT2. A giveaway launched at the release of the game included various prizes in North America. For example, there was a day at the Skip Barber Racing School, so SBRS, car payments for a month and Gran Turismo themed shirts and hats up for a giveaway. Next up we got is Gran Turismo Concept. So Skip Barber Racing School was an American racing and driving school. And Skip Barber founded the school in 1975. He started the Skip Barber School of High Performance Driving at Riverside International Raceway in Riverside County, California. In 1976, it was renamed the Skip Barber Racing School. Despite selling the school in 1989, he remains active in motorsports today as the owner of Lamrock Park. So Lamrock Park, which is a racetrack located in Lakeville, Connecticut. So owner of Lamrock Park in Lakeville, Connecticut. Connecticut. On May 22nd, 2017, the school filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Less than 7 months later, on December 19th, same year, 2017, the school was acquired by DeMonte Motorsports. DeMonte Motorsports. On March 22nd, 2024, the school announced that it has acquired the Superstar Racing Experience and is forming plans for a 2024 season. Then we got in popular culture. A Skip Barber Racing School magnet appears on Jerry's refrigerator in the sitcom Seinfeld. The comedian attended the school and competed in several races. So yeah, giveaway launched at the release of the game included various prizes in North America. So back to Gran Turismo. For example, there was a day at the Skip Barber Racing School, or SBRS, car payments for a month, and GT themed shirts and hats up for a giveaway. Now we got the concept version of Gran Turismo. So due to its critically acclaimed reception, a short version, which is the GT concept, was released in Japan and various parts of the world except North America in 2001 and 2002. It included new models unveiled during famous Asian and Euro motor shows. Upon completing the game, the player was given a save game with all licenses completed and 10 million credits for GT3. Now we got reception. It received universal acclaim, like its predecessors, according to review aggregator Metacritic, Reviewers loved it. Its graphics, realism, soundtrack, sound design, and controls. Frank O'Connor Frank O'Connor of Next Gen called it the best, most complete, and most impressive driving game so far, lapping its predecessors handily, and the first must-have for PS2 in Japan. Famitsu gave it a near-perfect score of 39 out of 40. Now we got the aggregation scores. Obviously, we got aggregator Metacritic with 95%. Now we got review scores. We got publication and scoring. All game 90%. Edge 80%. Electronic Gaming Monthly and Eurogamer 100%. Famitsu 39 out of 40. I think it's 95.9%. So 95.5% or something. I got no clue. Game Informer 90%. Game Pro 100%. Game Revolution B-. GameSpot 94%. GameSpot 94%. GameSpy 90%. GameZone, both GameZone and IGN 98%. And Next Generation official US PlayStation magazine, the Cincinnati Enquirer, and Maxim all 100%. Then we got the awards. We got publication and awards. We got what was that? So that would be let's check out some awards. So publication and awards. We got Game Critics Awards, Best Racing Game of 2001, 6th Animation Kobe Awards, Packaged Work Award, and 5th Annual Interactive Achievement Awards, Console Racing. Alright, so let's do it. So, it received a universal acclaim like its predecessors, according to review aggregator Metacritic. Reviewers lauded its graphics, realism, soundtrack, sound design, and controls. Frank O'Connor of Next Gen called it the best, most complete, and most impressive driving game so far, lapping its predecessors handily and the first must-have for PS2. In Japan, Famitsu gave it a near-perfect score of 39. Famitsu gave it a near-perfect score of 39 out of 40. Now we got sales. In Japan, the game sold 1 million units in its first 72 hours, or 3 days of release. In North America, it shipped 1 million units in its first day and became the fastest-selling software launch in the region. By July 2006, it had sold 3.8 million units and earned $120 million, equivalent to 2023. So equivalent in 2023 to $206 million in the US alone. Next Gen ranked it as the third highest selling game launched for the PS2, original Xbox, or the GameCube between January 2000 and July 2000. Between January 2000 and July 2006 in that country. In the UK, the game received a double platinum series award for the ELSPA, Entertainment and Leisure Software. ELSPA, Entertainment and Leisure Software Publishers Association, indicating sales of at least 600,000 units in the UK. In Europe, the game 64 million euros, equivalent to $57 million in 2001, adding up to at least more than $177 million. So $177 million, equivalent to $305 million in 2023. Grossed in the US by 2006, in Europe in 2001. The game had sold over 8 million units worldwide by March 2002, and over 11 million by March 2003. As of April 30th, 2008, the game has shipped 1.89 million units in Japan, 7.14 million in North America, 5.85 million. So, the game had shipped 1.89 million units in Japan, 7.14 million in North America, 5.85 million in Europe, and 10,000 units in Southeast Asia for a total of 14.89 million copies. It's the highest selling game in the GT franchise. It's a part of the PS2's greatest hits. It ranked 15th in the list of best-selling unbundled console games of all time, just below the Wii Fit Plus. Now got the awards. GameSpot named it the fifth best console game of 2001 and presented it with a Best Driving Game award among console games. It was a runner-up in the best PS2 game, best sound, and best graphics technical categories. During the fifth annual Interactive Achievement Interactive Achievement Awards, the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences honored GT3 A-Spec with a Console Racing Award. It was also nominated for Console Game of the Year and Outstanding Achievement in Visual Engineering, which were both ultimately given to Halo Combat Evolved. Which, that game came out, when did that came out? Halo Combat Evolved. 2001, the year the first Fast and Furious movie was out. Last up is Legacy, not ended there. The game has appeared on some top 100 games lists, such as that by IGN in 2000. So the game has appeared on some top 100 games lists, such as that by IGN in 2003. In 2004, readers of Retro Gamer voted GT3 97th top retro gamer, with the staff noting that the mix of realistic handling and superb graphics, not to mention the fact that it features hundreds of licensed cars, has won it the admiration of car lovers everywhere. The gameplay may be a little too deep and difficult for many, but for its core followers, Gran Turismo is to be all of digital racing, and GT3 has been voted as the best of the bunch. Alright, and that is it, guys. So if you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you're alerted of when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon in the next video, but until then, stay safe, have a great evening, and have a great day tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So take care, folks, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.